ho. If that sound doesn't get you fired up on a Monday, I don't know what will. Welcome to the week 2 podcast. I actually missed a week last week, so it's kind of like week 2.5, but I'm counting it as week 2. I missed last week because I was in St. George. And guys, first thing on my agenda for this podcast is to talk a little bit about the business that you're all a part of. So I've been in door-to-door sales for 12 and a half years now. I spent my entire career banging on doors and signing people up for pest control. I actually knocked for 8 full summers. So 8 full summers I went out there and knocked full time. The last 3.5, 4 years at this point, I've traveled around and visited teams all over and helped them learn how to sell and do what I can to try and recruit and fill the gaps and everything like that. So I've knocked doors in San Diego, California, Los Angeles, Portland, Seattle, Tacoma. I've knocked in San Antonio, Fort Worth, Dallas, Houston, Sugar Land, Tampa, Miami, Washington, D.C., Cleveland, Columbus, Kansas City, St. Louis, Missouri. I'm sure a few other places. Oh, Chicago, Illinois. I don't even know. I've knocked in a lot of places. And I've seen it all, okay? And I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. And guys, we are in the right spot. The amount of care, the amount of attention, the amount of effort that the corporate team, the service side of the business, puts into servicing every single one of our accounts gets me really, really fired up. We have had less complaints on this year by 10x compared to previous years already. And that's with us like blitzing this thing and making it happen in a very short amount of time. I can't wait to see us continue to ramp up and make improvements and adjustments and pour even more into everything that we're doing as a sales and a service-based business. I get so excited about it. Guys, I have a couple little stories, and let me look at my notes here. EnviroGuard cares a lot about the customers. Nate and Luke, the guys who started this, who own this business, they care a lot about delivering the right high-quality service. These guys themselves are out rigging trucks, okay, setting up trucks to ship out to areas at midnight, at 1 a.m. this last week. Just inspiring. And then they're back in the office at 8 a.m. We had a meeting specifically this last week around the German roach service. Okay. And I'm used to a German roach service being, an extra $250 on the initial, $15 extra a month, whatever it is. And then we kind of just slap them on the route and hope that we get rid of their German roaches and hope that we can deliver a good service. But it's not this like super intensive, we're coming out 5-6 extra times in the first month. That's not what it is. Okay. And as we're talking to Luke and Nate about it, they're like, yeah, there's some restrictions on how we do the German roach or how we price it because it's actually very labor intensive. I'm like, well, what do you mean? They're like, well, we come out the first time, and within the first month, we're doing like 4 to 5 sprays. Like, we're out every week to be able to actually get rid of these things. And I'm just like floored. I'm like, you actually come out every week? And they're like, yeah, we actually come out every week. And the same deal with the mosquito service. I'm like, yeah, we would just, we would mist. And the mist was hopefully good enough, and we'd kind of just use the same product and like hope that it worked out. Luke and Nate are like, no, it's not what we do. Like, we're getting out the fogger. We're using unique products. We're piloting this brand new mosquito box bait station. Like, it is a full-blown mosquito service, comparable and better than any other company. Even the specialty mosquito companies, it's better. Guys, we have the ability to do some bed bug action. We'll have the ability to do termites in a lot of locations. Like, this is a full-blown pest control business, and you guys should take extreme pride and extreme confidence in your ability to sell this service because we will deliver on the service. And I have more confidence in that right now than I've ever had before. We will deliver on the service at the highest level. And that should mean something to you. When you look the customer in the eyes, you should know we will deliver on this service and we will do a good job. Now, that's not to say it'll be perfect. That's not to say that every service pro will always do a 10 out of 10 service. And there's things that happen. And that's where how we sell to customers matters. Okay? You shouldn't overpromise and underdeliver. You should underpromise and overdeliver. Okay? If you set expectations for a customer here and we come in right here, that's a disappointed customer. And on the inverse of that, if you set expectations for the customer lower and then we deliver up here, that's a happy customer that'll stick with us for forever. And that's what we want. That's what we want to do. So we as sales reps, we got to set expectations properly, but you should be extremely confident and extremely fired up because I truly believe that we are selling the very best number one service in the entire industry. No one will beat us. We're going to have the best customer experience. And as sales reps, that's going to make you a lot of extra money this summer because you'll deliver confidently every single pitch because you know we'll come through. Okay, I have a couple housekeeping items, and then I'm going to give some shout outs, and then I'm going to share some lessons learned and thoughts and tips and tricks. Housekeeping, first and foremost, make sure every single one of your sales reps is in our GroupMe. Okay, we have this GroupMe. It has like 200 and something people in it, and there's admin access, so it's never going to be spammed. It's only going to be like important announcements, shout outs, updates, things like that. We need everyone in there so that you guys can pay attention and be aware of incentives and important links and meetings and policies and everything like that. So make sure every single one of your reps is in the company GroupMe. Please, por favor, and gracias. For example, a couple announcements, and I'll share these here, but they're going to be sent out in the GroupMe. This week, tomorrow morning, we have a company-wide training with the man, the myth, the legend, Ryan Plant. Okay, Ryan has sold for a long time. I actually knew Ryan back in the day, and it's fun to reconnect with him now and see him just absolutely crushing it. But we've got a training with Ryan Plant. Ryan did $38,000 in serviced revenue last week. I think he's got a thing or two that he can train us all on. That training will be tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time, 9:30 Central, and 10:30 if you're on the East Coast, which I'm sure we have a few. If you're in California, maybe we have some reps living in California, it's 7:30 your time. I'll record that as well, and I'll try and upload it to YouTube. For some reason, YouTube hasn't been liking my recordings, but I'll record it and upload it there, and it's going to be really, really good. On Thursday morning, we have another company-wide training with the man, the myth, the legend 2.0, Austin Mazer. Okay, Mazer sales training. He's helping out our sales force at a high level, and all of you should be logged into his app, and you should be spamming his training videos every day, especially you first-year sales reps. Austin has like 200 live sales that you can go on and listen to. And guys, we're paying a lot of money for this. If you as a rep just go and sign up for this, it's $100 a month. So we're paying a lot of money for this, and it's very valuable. And we only get the value out of it if it helps us sell at a higher level and if we actually utilize it and train with it. So I'm expecting every single one of you reps, especially you first-year sales reps, to watch all of those training videos at least once. When you're at night and you're off the doors and you want to do some extra training, watch those videos. In the morning, when you're getting ready and you're eating breakfast, watch those videos. When you're at lunch and you need a quick pick-me-up, watch those videos. Use it in place of TikTok, use it in place of Instagram. It will help you level up and learn. At some point, as you go through learning and growth and development and getting experience, it's not like he's going to teach you anything you've never heard before. But listening to his one-liners and the delivery and the cadence that he has and everything like that will help you just level up 1%. And guys, 1% better, as often as you can get it, stacks up. And over time, that makes all the difference. I had this football coach in high school named Coach Berger, and he would make us watch the same clip from Friday Night Lights, the movie, before every single football game. And I'll do a whole training on this some point because it really impacted me in my life. But he made us watch the clip where they talk about the inches we need. The inches we need are everywhere. And on this team, we fight for the inches. If you're a half a step too early or too late, you don't quite catch it. 1 second too fast or too slow, you don't quite make the tackle. The inches we need are everywhere. And guys, these things, watching those training videos, participating in the company trainings, doing one-on-ones, doing mirror practices with yourself, doing critiques where you record yourself and listen to it with your team leader, all those things, they add up over time. And those are the inches that we have to fight for to be the best. You don't get to be Ryan Pay, Ryan Plant, Bridger Swafford by just taking it casually. You get there by practicing at the highest level, by doubling down and making an effort when no one else is watching you. You have to put in the time. That's what it's all about. Couple other housekeeping items. Enzy will be rolling out this week. So Enzy is going to be another app, ENZY. Everyone should download that app. You're going to be able to see reporting statistics and eventually training videos and communications and a lot of things through Enzy. It'll be our onboarding platform, so agreements will be sent through Enzy. It's going to be really, really pivotal in the future of the company, and it'll make our job a lot easier and our organization at a lot higher level. So everyone should download Enzy, get used to hearing that. Okay, I want to talk briefly about a couple banners and things that are really important to me. Let me get a drink. I'm about halfway through a 3-day fast. So all I can drink is water. This counts as water because it doesn't have anything bad in it. You're actually supposed to drink a lot of sodium, and this has a lot of sodium. Those of you who are out knocking, hey, Ryan Pay, he did $39,369 this last week. It's because I gave him an incentive to, well, it's not why. I mean, it's because he's him. But Ryan's incentive that he wanted was a case of these bad boys. These are goated drinks. I should be getting an affiliate link on this because I bet I've sold thousands of these to friends and family. They're a game changer. You guys should all order some. LMNT, just look up the website, and they will refresh the crap out of you on the hot days. They're so good. But anyways, you'll have to forgive me. Josiah and Mitch talked me into doing a 3-day fast, and so I started that Saturday night after getting some delicious In-N-Out with the boys. And so my mouth's a little dry. I might even be a little loopy, maybe a little all over the place. It's because I haven't eaten food in 32 hours or however long it's been. Anyways, I want to talk about some of the important banners, some of the important cultural things that I want EnviroGuard to have as part of our core, our core values. What defines us, what makes us different, what separates us, what do we focus on, what makes us special. Some of these are easy, okay? Some of these you already know. Number one, I want us to freaking win. I want us to be the best, most dynamic, most hardworking, most top-earning, best opportunity in door-to-door. I want us to win, okay? I spent my whole life up until recently being a guy who was okay with second or third place. No more. Screw second and third. I want us to win in every possible category, in every metric, every day, every inch. I want us to win. I'm hungry for it. I know Nate and Luke and Mitch and the other big leaders in the company, Mark Wilmore, my brothers, McKenna, Aiden, all the branch owners, they want to win. Every single rookie rep, you should look yourself in the eyes today and say, I'm a winner. I'm going to work the hardest I've ever worked this summer, and I'm going to win. And when I say win, I don't even mean against the competition. I mean against ourselves. Become the best version of yourself. Be proud of what you're doing every day. You should go to bed so exhausted because you left it all out there. But you know you're going to check in again tomorrow and do it all over again. So the most important, number one thing we've got to have as part of our culture is we are winners here. We do the most. We do the best. We show up when no one else will. We keep our attitude positive. We win. This group is full of winners. And I get violently passionate about that. I get fired up because I want to win so bad. Screw second place. Screw third. We got to win. Be the best version of yourself. Do it for you. Do it for your family. If you can't do it for those people, do it for your team because they're all counting on you to show up and be your best version of yourself. They're counting on you to add to the culture, not take away from it. Negativity is cancerous. We can't have it. We can't have anyone negative. We all need to be delusionally optimistic. Josiah said that this last week. Delusionally optimistic. Okay? Believe that you can win. Believe that you can do great things. And then more important than that, have the actions and the habits that back that up. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more here a little later. A second one, and this one might make some of you smirk a little bit or grin, but I harped on this, okay, my whole career. And it really pays off, and it makes a big difference. I want us to be the kindest, okay? The kindest, most ethical, most grateful, most honest sales force in the industry. Now, why is that important? You're like, does being kind help me make more money? It's not all just about making money. It's about being a good person, okay? You guys got to understand, as sales reps, we get a little bit, we think the world revolves around us. And we think that what we're doing is more important than anyone else. And we think that, everyone should bow to our every need. When we don't have routes, everything should be dropped immediately, and we should get routes right this second. When we need someone rescheduled and you need someone from the office's support, they should immediately drop what they're doing and help you because you're driving revenue and you're important. When a service pro has a bad day and he's sick and he calls in, that's BS. He should show up because he needs to service your spots. And we all get that in our brains just a little bit. It's part of the sales rep ego or persona. And some of it we need, truthfully. You got to be a little bit selfish to be a sales rep because you're fighting for your life every day. You're a commission-based job. You got to be, a little bit willing to fight for what you need and what you want. I'm not saying that's bad, okay? But we got to do it with kindness. We got to do it with reasonability, with honesty, with integrity. Every interaction that you have with anyone on the service side of this business, the corporate staff, the call center, the AMs, the OMs, everything like that, they should leave that interaction and say, man, that was the nicest sales rep I've ever dealt with. They were so kind. They said please. They said thank you. They expressed gratitude. They made me feel good. Every interaction that you have with a customer on the doors, you should leave them feeling edified, built up. Man, I just signed up with the nicest company ever. Those guys were freaking awesome. They were kind. They made me feel good. I feel seen. I feel heard. If they don't buy from you, you should leave their door and they should say, man, I didn't buy today, but if I am going to sign up with Pest Control, it's with those guys. Those are good guys. Those EnviroGuard guys are good guys. That's our whole brand. It's our whole logo. Be the good guy. Be the person that everyone likes and appreciates because you're kind, you're considerate, you're ethical, you're honest. Okay? It makes all the difference. Then when you do need something, because we all need help at times, people will be willing to help you. Then when you do need a favor and you're texting in at 9 p.m. to get one more spot opened, people will say, heck yeah, let me help you out with that because you've been kind and considerate this whole summer. You haven't been a jerk ever. Okay? Go out of your way to say please, to say thank you, to say, hey, I'm really grateful. I see how hard you're working and it means a lot to me. Drop off the Service Pro one of these drinks. They're going to love them. Get them a Red Bull from the gas station. Okay? Leave your customers with a please and a thank you. Don't fight with them. Guys, negativity never wins. When you have interactions with customers and they get pissed off, just leave. You're not going to sell that person. It wastes your time. It wastes your day. It's not worth it. Okay? If you're knocking late at night, don't go past like 9:15 right now. Okay? 9:30 maybe. But we got to be respectful of people. And when you're knocking late at night, make sure you're targeting homes with lights on, doors open, garages open. And if someone gets mad at you because you knocked late at night, don't sit there and backtalk them. Just leave. Just go on to the next house. Okay? It's never worth having a negative interaction. That's with service pros. That's with the call center. That's with anyone on the corporate team. That's especially with customers. Okay? We have to be kind, considerate, grateful, ethical. Winners, kindest. Number 3, be smart with our money, financially prudent. Okay? I've recruited a lot of people over the years because I teach financial accountability. Because I try and embody that myself. I'm really aggressive financially. I invest like crazy. And to be honest, it kind of stresses me out. But it's important to me. Okay? It's important to me because this job isn't forever, guys. For some of you, it's a 1-year thing. And that's okay. Especially if you're smart with your money. If you're smart with your money, it will set you up forever. Now, I hope that all of you do this 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. I'm planning on being here forever. And I love that. Okay, I love that I can look myself in the eyes and say, this is my forever opportunity. Like, I believe in this so much. This is my forever opportunity. Okay, and because it's my forever opportunity, I'm going to be smart with my money. I'm going to set myself up so that whenever down the line, I can say no to things because I've been financially smart. You guys all have that opportunity. If you blow your money on bottle service this weekend, maybe you have some fun, but so what? It's gone. Be financially smart. I'm not saying never enjoy yourself, right? I like the finer things in life. I'm wearing a Supreme sweatshirt. I own a sneaker business. I drive nice cars from time to time. I'm not saying don't enjoy life, but set yourself up financially. Don't blow all your money. Okay? We're going to invest more into real estate than anyone else in the industry. We've got that. When you look at the guys who work with us, Mitch Fry, even McKenna Halls, Easton Winger, I mean, even every single one of our guys that has worked with us for 2 or 3 summers, they all own real estate. You got guys like Jarek Harris, who bought a 4-plex during their first summer. Ryan Pay, okay, crushing it on the doors. He owns like 2 units of real estate, but it's going to be more. Adam Tillman owns 4 units of real estate, and he's got a huge hole in his pocket. He wants to buy more. Being financially smart gives you maximum upside at life. It allows you to actually do what you want in life. I always tell guys, this job can make you rich. It can. You can make a ton of money. You go out and you sling 5, 6, 700K this summer, you're rich. You're in the top 1% and it's not close. Okay. You lead a team that does $1-2 million. You're rich. You made a lot of money. Nice job. This job doesn't make you wealthy. What you have to do is invest that money. That's what makes you wealthy. We're going to help all you guys learn how to do that at the highest level. I'm going to do real estate calls. Mitch is going to do real estate calls. Mark Wilmore owns real estate. My brothers own real estate. Okay. It is a beautiful vehicle. John Martin. Okay. John's going to do one of our calls here soon too. John's a Golden Door. John owns like 12 units of real estate already. It's awesome. Okay. Buy real estate. Invest. Be smart with your money. Don't blow it. That's going to be our third banner, if you will, our third flag. Okay. We're going to be the most financially prudent, most successful sales force out there because of what we do on the doors and also what we do off the doors. And I'm telling you guys, that will bring hundreds of recruits into EnviroGuard. And they're the right kinds of recruits. They're not the guys that, they just want to go buy a flashy sports car and ride off into sunset. And no, they're good guys. They want to set themselves up for their families, for their parents. Okay, we did a little meeting with some of Lydia and John and Joe and Ethan's crew this last week and Parker's crew, and it was freaking awesome. I wish I would have gotten to be a part of more of it. But during my little part of the presentation, I asked everybody what they want. And every single person who mentioned something said something about setting up their family, taking care of the people who care about them, preparing for the future, getting the capital to invest. Like, that's what it's all about, okay? It's all about the bigger picture. The bigger picture. Focus on that. It'll pay huge dividends. Number one, we're going to freaking win at the highest level. Number two, we're going to be kind, ethical, honest. And number three, we're going to be financially savvy. We're going to invest more than anyone else. And as a result, we're not just going to be rich, we're going to be wealthy. That's what it's all about. So get excited for that. Those are my kind of housekeeping / intro thoughts. Now let me give some shout outs. Once I learn the systems a little better, I'll post these shout outs and I'll send out weekly updates. I'm going to hold you guys accountable on first knock, last knock, contract value, everything like that. You're going to be able to see if you did better or worse week to week, how we're doing as a sales force. We're going to track all that. Big on tracking, okay? If you don't know the numbers, you don't know the whole story. Maybe all you need to do is knock 30 minutes later a night to reach your goals. But if you don't know that, you're going to miss out on that goal because you didn't know. Okay, maybe all you need to do is bump your contract value $15 to reach your goals. But if you don't know that, you might miss your goals. So numbers are incredibly important, and you all should be little numerical savages where you're just looking at your numbers every day and you're fired up. And you know how many doors you knock a day, you know how many decision makers you're talking to a day, you know what your contract value is, you know what your service to sales ratio is, you know what your multi-year percentage is. All those things matter. Okay, so we're going to get heavy into the numbers. We're going to be numerical savages. So I have some shout outs for this week. Not as many as I would like, but let me share what I've got. Ryan Pay led the company with $39,369. He had 40 serviced accounts. Congratulations, Ryan. Ryan Plant within $700, $38,623. Guys, the fact that we have two dudes doing $40K in service revenue right now is bonkers. It's inspiring. Bridger Swafford with $27K. Now, guys, Bridger, he made it a point to tell me because he's a competitor, and I love that. He's like, dude, I just didn't have as many same days. He's like, I've got 10K on route for Monday. And I confirmed that. It's true. Bridger sold like 36K last week. He's got 10K on the board for Monday. Bridger might be the top rep this week because he's got a jump start and he's going to have more same days. So I'm fired up to see Bridger tear into it. John Martin, our Golden Door winner with 21K. Costner Chaffin with almost 18K. Huge. I don't know if Costner had an 18K last week. That gets me fired up. Top rookie, to be honest, I couldn't tell. I don't know all the rookies yet, and I want to know all of you. So if you're a rookie, shoot me a message and say, hey, I'm a rookie, and I'm going to be the top. I want to get to know every single one of you, and I'm excited to visit teams and hop on calls and do all that with you guys because I want to know all of you. So I don't know who was the top rookie, truthfully, but I recognized a few names, guys that I know that deserve shout-outs. Boston Healy, Mason's little brother, in Corpus Christi had like 8K. Abron was in here in the office grinding every day this recruiting season. He had a great week. Hunter Sears, you guys saw his name. He had a massive day, and it turned into a massive week. I'm really proud of all of our rookies. I'm grateful for the effort. I'm excited. If you're a rookie, you should be targeting 10K a week at a minimum. Okay, there might be some weeks that you don't quite get there, but 10K a week. You get to 10K a week, you guys are going to do well over 150K this summer. You're going to punch the ticket to that Mexico trip. It's going to be epic. 10K a week means you need to do 2 accounts a day. Okay? Excuse me. That factors in some service to sales fall off, but you can get there. 10K a week. 10K a week is our standard of excellence. The really, really caliber rookies are going to scale up, and they're going to be like Ryan Pay, Ryan Plant, Bridger Swafford, John Martin, Costner. They're going to be doing 15 to 30K a week. I'm excited because I believe that we will have rookies do 35, 40K this summer in a week. That gets me excited. I'm excited to see who the first 10-day rookie will be. Couple other stats. Our top office this last week, the Austin Mega Team. My brothers, Mike Ellis, Costner, Bridger, Jaden Niedner. You got a good crew out there. These guys did 66 accounts and had a PR on Saturday. Boom! Gets me fired up. Saturday should always be one of, if not the biggest day of the week. People are home. People are vibing. They just got paid yesterday. They're ready. They want to spend some money. Congratulations on a huge week and a huge Saturday, Austin. As a company, we serviced 798 homes. Of those, 515 were multi-years, which means our multi-year percentage was 64.5%. If you're a rep and you're not selling very many multi-years, you're missing out on commissions. Multi-years retain at a 7 to 8% higher clip, which means you go out and you sell a 24-month versus a 12-month, you're 8% more likely that account retains. It's like adding $80 onto your contract value. Okay? It's like putting $50-ish, 25 to $50 right back into your pocket. They're worth more money because they retain at a higher level. You guys should all know that and you should focus on that. Not only that, but it builds the business. And guys, all of you have a chance with EnviroGuard to be an owner in the business. That is so cool. You don't get that anywhere. So you should fight to build the business. You should fight to make this business as successful and profitable as you can because it's a family business, because we care about you and you care about us. Symbiotic. That's what that's called. It's all about winning together. Okay? Multi-years. I'm really proud of that. 64.5%, that's dang good. Now, I think there's a little more in the tank. I think we can get it to 70% this next week, and I'll report on that. But I'm proud of that. 515 out of our 798 accounts were multi-years. That's awesome. Service to sales ratio, okay? A few teams that I saw that did really well. Pensacola had 56 out of 58. That's freaking good. That's like a 95%. Amarillo, okay, my guys Spencer Richens and Ryan Pay, they had 52 out of 56. That's freaking good. Yuma, a new branch. I don't even know where Yuma is, but I'm fired up. They had 50 out of 55. Is that in Arizona? It might be in Arizona. I'm proud of those guys. Nice job, Yuma. 50 out of 55 is freaking good. Guys, service to sales ratio matters as much or more than anything else. If you're selling the accounts but they're not getting serviced, you're missing out on money. Maybe it looks cool on the leaderboard to see that you sold 7, but if only 3 get serviced, what was the point? You took up stops. You took up bandwidth. You were a fraud. Sell real accounts. Be honest with customers. Okay? Do your job. Be transparent. It's much better for you to overcome the objections and smokescreens than it is the service pros. I can tell you guys that much. So if you don't explain everything and then the service pro shows up and the customer's like, I didn't know this was a contract, then the service pro has to resolve that. Do it when it's you. You're a salesman. You're good at this. So be honest. Be transparent. Build rapport at the end of the account. We'll do a whole training on this. We'll do a lot of trainings on this. But focus on service to sales ratio. It's incredibly important. And again, one of our big things is we are honest as a sales force. We're transparent. Okay? We're integrity-driven sales reps. It's important. It's one of our banners. Starting in April, we're going to be rolling out more and more a call pilot. Now, a lot of you guys that have worked at previous companies, you're going to be like, oh, no. No, this call pilot's actually freaking good. I was going through it with Josiah and Mitch and Nate and Luke. It takes under a minute, and it will allow us to hold our customers accountable. So that when they call in, guess what? Guys, when customers call in to cancel, the number one thing that they say is, well, sales rep didn't tell me that. He didn't tell me that it was monthly. He didn't tell me that it was a 12-month contract. I didn't know that I was going to be billed $65 a month. It's the number one thing they say. When you have this video welcome call and it's recorded, then our call center, our saves team can say, well, actually, the sales rep told you it, and then we have you on recording saying that you agreed to it. We can hold them accountable. We can hold them to the agreement. It'll boost retention. And again, it puts us on the same page as the customer and the service pros because we're ethical. We want to do things the right way. So it takes under a minute. The previous call pilot that a lot of you would be used to made them say yes to like every single question, and it was a little much. This one's going to be quick, okay? It'll run them through everything. They say yes one time, done. So it's really good. We'll get more details on that. We'll show some examples in one of the company trainings. But it's rolled out now. You can use it now, but it'll be more and more available, and we'll expect more and more out of it come April. Let me get another drink. My mouth's dry. Contract value, okay? We're doing a lot right on contract value. And I can already tell the EnviroGuard contract value is going to be significantly higher this summer. And that gets me fired up. Corpus Christi had a 1,085 contract value. Tallahassee, we have like two sales reps. We have Mayo and Presley, and there'll be a couple more this week. But those guys had a 1,095 contract value. Nice work, Presley and Mayo. Austin, the Austin Slingers had a $939 contract value. Pensacola had a $978 contract value. Freaking good. We had a few teams, and this isn't a mean call out, it's just a soft call out, and I want to teach a principle with this. We had Yuma with a 747. We had Mississippi with an 819. We had Tyler, Texas with an 846. Guys, contract value is all right here. It's all right here. I grew up in the time where contract values were $356 at a minimum. You could sell an $89 quarterly service with a free initial. In fact, they actually let us for a while sell $69 quarterlies if it was a switchover. Crazy to think about. We made no money. We missed out on so much money. It actually haunts me. I distinctly remember the period in my sales career, it was like summer number 7, where I started selling in Seattle and it was a little wealthier. And I did the math and I'm like, I make more money when I sell bigger contracts. And I don't know why I had never considered or cared about that before, but it never registered. And I'm like, and to be honest, they're not that much harder to sell. In fact, it kind of just all depends on where I pitch them at. Let me teach you guys something. This is a crazy thought, light bulb moment for some of you. The higher you start out, the higher you anchor, the higher you will end. So if you anchor at a 109 monthly, you're going to have to price drop sometimes, but you'll probably end at like 79 or 89. Now, if you start at a 79 or 89 monthly, you're probably going to have to price drop down to 59. Okay? You start higher, you will sell higher 100% of the time. And guys, if you can have a $900 to a $1,000 contract value, you are going to make a lot of money. An $1,100 contract value is exceptional. Now, again, we want to deliver service. We don't want to be unethical with customers. But if we're giving them mosquitoes, if we're doing rodents, if we're doing these things, that's incredibly valuable. And they're going to pay $700, $800 just for the mosquito portion. When you add in everything else that we do, it's worth it. Don't shop with your own checkbook. Don't pay out of your own pocket. Pitch high. These people can afford $90, $100 a month. They can. I promise. I'm a grown-up now. I'm 34. I have a house. I can afford $100 a month in pest control. And if a salesman shows up and delivers a good service and makes a good pitch, I'm going to sign up for that. And if he pitches me at 70 or 80, I'm just as likely to sign up. Because guess what? Your average consumer has no idea what pest control costs. And if they get knocked on by Grit or Aptiv or EcoShield or Moxie or any of these other ones, they're going to pitch high too. And they're not going to deliver as good of a service as us. So guys, don't pay out of your own pocket. Pitch high. Okay, I'm proud of our contract values so far. Even the lower ones, it's not bad. Good job. But there is more in there. You can boost that. Okay, bump your monthly price $10. It adds $110 to your total contract value. Bump it $15. It adds $175 and you're right where you need to be. Okay, discount the initial before you discount the follow-ups. Always discount the initial before you discount the follow-ups because that'll maximize your contract value. Now that said, the initial is the same way. And one of my goals this year is to boost our initial higher than it's ever been. I would love, and in fact, we're going to have some big incentives around the idea of over $100 initials. Okay, there's going to be some big incentives. And already, you rookie sales reps, you get more in upfront commissions when you sell bigger initials. So sell those big initials. It's worth it. Okay, it's worth it. Pays the bills, pays the dividends, helps the customer retain at a higher level, makes you more money. I would always tell myself when I was out knocking, I'd upsell someone like $10 or $15 on the follow-ups. And that was my justification for buying lunch that day. I'm like, yeah, I upsold them $5 extra on the monthlies. That added $60 to my contract value. I'm going to wind up making a 50% commission. It's an extra $30. I can go buy a nice lunch. Good work. And that would fire me up. Okay, on Saturday, I'd tell myself that I had to upsell an extra $100, and that would pay for bowling or poker or whatever we did that evening. Okay? Contract value. It pays the bills in a big, big way. Okay, that's all I've got for shout-outs. Let me take another drink. I touched on this at the start a little bit, but I want to hit it on a little bit more. This last week, I was in St. George, and it was awesome. Guys, we have such a cool business. I'm so honored and proud to be a part of this business. Every day, the office is just buzzing with quality, high-caliber human beings. They're operating as our saves team. They're operating as our call center. They're helping us out with routing and efficiency and service pros and everything else that we need. And these guys and gals are awesome. Like, I'm overlooking them. I'm in this little kind of conference room with a glass window, and all day I just see them just working away. And it's so cool to see how much the business really cares, to see how hard these people work for us. It made me proud and grateful. And guys, on the recruiting side of things, do not take this opportunity for granted, okay? We're having whole programs switch over from Grit. Okay, we've got a great group. Shout out Alex Doe coming over from Grit. Beyond him, though, we've got multiple 400 to 500K reps who are switching over from Grit. Bridger Swafford worked at Grit last year, and he's crushing it with us. Cole Rutherford is coming out with us. Gets me fired up. He did 400 to 500K last year. EcoShield reps. Okay, Andrew Miller, Aiden Parent, Mark Wilmore. They've had dozens of these stud EcoShield reps walk in the door and want to build here because the opportunity is ridiculously good. Okay, if you're a long-term EnviroGuard rep, you should just be smiling ear to ear because you signed on at the right place. You should be confident in what you're doing because you signed on at the right place. And this is the number one spot for you to sell, grow, recruit, build, learn, develop, all those things. This is the spot. If this is your first year with EnviroGuard, but you've been in the industry for a long time, you should be working harder than you ever have because the effort pays more here. The effort will bring more reward here. Guys, this is the right spot. And we have so much momentum. It's unbelievable. Now, I'm not going to be naive. I won't ever be dishonest, even in 1% with any of you. There will be hiccups this summer. There will be hardships. We will have service pros mess stuff up. We will have routing things. We will need more service pros at some point. There will be hiccups, but this is the right spot. The meat and potatoes here are the right meat and potatoes. Everything else we're going to work on together. We're going to figure it out because we're a family. We're building this thing together, but this is the right spot. And I believe in that so much. I told Mitch and I, we were waking up and trying to get to the office by 8 to get a workout in. We had to start going at 7 because at 8 o'clock things were just clicking. But we finished our workout at 8 o'clock. And I looked at Mitch and I'm like, dude, don't you just feel happy? Like, don't you just feel like you're in the right spot? You feel alive. And it's true, guys. I feel more alive, more locked in, more bought in than I have in a very long time. I'm so excited for what's coming. And that's not to throw shade at any other opportunity in the door-to-door space. There's a lot of amazing people, a lot of amazing opportunities. I'm a big lover. I'm not a fighter, okay? You'll never hear me talk crap on anyone. Everyone's just trying to survive. We're all just trying to do our best. But guys, I really, really believe in this opportunity. This is the number one spot for a rookie. This is the number one spot for a sophomore. This is the number one spot for someone who's looking to build wealth and ownership and all those things. This is the place. So get excited. Believe in it, recruit at a high level, sell at a high level because you believe in what we're doing here. I want to give some advice really quick. Now we're to the advice section. I mean, this podcast is going a little long, so you guys will have to forgive me. I get long-winded sometimes. I was thinking a lot this week about the relationship between sales reps and their leaders, and I wanted to give some advice on that, okay? Sales reps, if you need help, ask. As crazy as this is, your team leader cannot read your mind. He probably has 20 other reps to worry about, and if you had a bad day and you need some support, he might not know it. And if you ask him, he'll probably say yes and help. If you need help, ask. If there's a smokescreen, an objection, a contract thing, a customer who threw you off your game, anything like that, ask for help. Crazy. Guys, I've seen sales reps quit because they're like, I just never got the support or help that I needed. And I'm like, well, did you ask for it? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, did the team leader know that you needed help? And they're like, well, I would think he would know. I'm like, well, doesn't he have 20 other reps that he's also worrying about? And they're like, well, yeah. And like, well, then don't quit. Ask for help. Okay, we all try our best. I try my best. I really believe that every single one of our team leaders tries. Okay, they give an effort. But sometimes we fall short. We're humans. We got our own problems. Okay, we got our own stuff that we're stressed about. Your team leader half the time probably feels like he's not selling as well as he wants. So ask for help. We're all in this together. I'm serious. Like, that's a funny piece of advice, but I really, really mean it. Ask for what you need, and we're going to try and deliver. Don't be mad. Don't sulk. Don't isolate. Ask for help. Be vulnerable. Say, hey, dude, I'm having a hard time. Can I talk to you for a minute? Hey, dude, today got the best of me. Like, I'm feeling like I got kicked in the teeth. Can we practice? Can we train a little more? Can I ride out to area with you tomorrow? Ask for help. It's going to make all the difference. Now, team leaders, here's the side of it. Oh, I'm back away from the mic. Team leaders, here's the side of it for you, okay? Don't make your reps ask for help. Be proactive. Chase them down. Something that I tried to do when I was leading teams is I'd try and have at least one touch with every rep every single day. Whether it's in the morning meeting and I'm giving them a hug and asking them how they are, whether it's at lunch and I sit by them and I'm chopping it up, maybe I'm driving out to area with them and I'm having a conversation. Maybe it's at night, at the night training. Pull them aside. Hey, John, how was your day today? Hey, I saw you did 5 accounts. That's a PR, right? Good for you. Notice them. Okay, pay attention. I would try and text every single sales rep who had a great day and every single sales rep that had a bad day every day. Okay, I'd get home and instead of getting out of my car, I'd sit in my car for 30 minutes and I'd text every rep. Hey, John, I saw you had 5 today. That's a PR, right? Congratulations. Hey, Joe, I saw that you ended up with 0 today, but your last knock was at 9 p.m. I'm really proud of you, man. Like, it's going to come tomorrow. I see you, and congratulations on the effort. Hey, Susie, you had 3 today. That's a great day. It seems like your average is bumping up. You're kind of averaging 3 a day. I'm excited because I know the big day's coming. Okay, pay attention to your reps. Make them feel seen. Make them feel heard. Don't isolate yourself, even if you're having a hard time. Guys, reps want to see you throw down every day, certainly. Okay, sometimes we all have bad days. Sometimes we all have hard weeks. When you're having a bad day or a hard week, you should be pouring more into your team. They still love you. They still respect you. They're not going to beat you up because you had a bad day. They have bad days all the time. They just want to feel cared about. So reps, ask for what you need. And leaders, don't make your reps ask for what they need. Show up for them. Okay, hand in hand. That's how we have the relationship. It's going to be good. Now, to wrap up this podcast, I always try and tell a little story. My story today is one that you've all heard a million times. It's about the little engine that could. Okay, the little blue engine. And he's just motoring up this mountain. And bigger trains tried. And they were heavy. And they were weighed down. And they were valuable. And everyone thought that the little engine was lame because he was small. And he couldn't pull very much weight. And all these big engines, they tried going up this hill. And sure enough, they'd get close. And then the weight would pull them backwards. They were too big. They were too heavy. They were too important. And they believed that because they were important, it would be easy to them. The little engine had no ego. All he did was show up and say, I think I can. And then he moved. I think I can. And then he pushed forward. I think I can. And then he turned the wheels. I think I can. And then he took steps forward. I think I can. And a little more. And eventually, he's the only one that gets to the top of the hill. The little engine thought he could, and he did. Now again, this is a nursery rhyme. You've all heard this when you were kids, and maybe not since. Okay? But it teaches a very powerful, important lesson. Those who think they can will. Those who think they can do. Those who don't believe in it or think that they deserve success just because, they don't. They fail. You got to have no ego in this job. You got to be willing to ask for help and show up every door, every day. You got to be willing to look customers in the eyes, take a beating, and then move on to the next door and sell the neighbor. I think I can, I do. I think I can, I go. I think I can, I knock. I wrote down here in my notes, habits you set now will determine your summer. How do you talk to yourself? Are you positive? How do you talk to your car partner? Are you positive? How do you talk to yourself after a hard day? Are you optimistic? Is tomorrow going to be better? Do you focus on what you can control? Do you focus on what's in front of you? Consistency is rare. Intensity is common. Anyone can have one big day. I've seen it happen a dozen times. I saw a kid have 9 accounts his first day. First day, 9 accounts. Most I've ever seen. It was crazy. He finished the summer with barely 250. Now, 250 is still good, but you would think with 9 accounts on the first day, he could have done more. Okay, but his habits, his consistency, it was off. His intensity when he was hot was really freaking good. Be consistent. Be consistently intense. Consistency is rare. Intensity is common. Habits determine your summer. Habits are consistency. What do you do every day? When do you wake up? What's your morning routine? What time do you knock your first door? What time do you take a lunch? What time do you knock your last door? How quickly after lunch do you get back on the doors? Are you taking breaks? Are you doom scrolling TikTok? Are you calling friends for an hour during the day? Habits. Habits determine your summer. Consistency is rare. There's not a lot of people that can be consistent every single day. I'll tell you who can. Ryan Pay, Ryan Plant, Bridger Swafford, John Martin. These are guys that can be consistent. Be consistent. It pays off. Don't renegotiate with yourself. You all set a standard before the summer. And if you're not out there yet, identify and define a standard. I will knock these hours every day. I will work this hard. I will train in the evenings. I will have a successful, healthy morning routine. Then don't renegotiate with yourself. You already made the commitment, just stick to it. That's Mitch Fry's best advice. He always gives that advice. He says, don't renegotiate. I just said what I was going to do and I did it. When it was hard, when it was raining, when it was hot, when it was windy, when there was storms, I just did what I said I would do because I had said that that's what I would do. Don't renegotiate with yourself. Do what you said you would do, okay? You all made big commitments. You've got believers and you've got haters. You've got people who are excited for you and believe that you're going to be the best person on this team. You've got people who told you you're probably not going to do that well. I had a funny conversation with Adam Tillman and some of his reps this last week. Adam, for those of you who don't know, did 420K as a rookie. He's a freaking monster, okay? He's one of my favorite dudes, good friends, great guy to do work with. He's awesome. And Adam had 2 of his childhood best friends down in St. George, and he said that they were his number 1 haters. He said that those were the 2 guys that told him from the beginning, hey, Adam, you're not going to be able to make this work. You're not going to make any money. You're not good at it. And Adam said, he's like, I thought about it. And he goes, and I proved him wrong. Like, I made $200,000 as a rookie sales rep, and he did. He had good retention. He sold 420K. It was freaking awesome, okay? You all have haters. You all have believers. Do what you said you would. Use both of those classes of people to motivate you and to help you stick to your habits. It's worth it, okay? It's worth it. Guys, I love this group. I love this team. I love what we're doing. I believe in us. Little recap and then I'll end. We have 3 banners. We're going to be winners. We're going to be kind, ethical, honest. We're going to invest the most, make the most money, and then use that money to make us all wealthy. We're going to be wealthy, not just rich. Wealthy. Stats matter. Numbers matter. Be numerical savages. Know your averages. Know what your service to sales ratio is, what your multi-year percentage is, what time you're trying to knock your first door, what time you should be off the doors. Know what your average is. Okay, be a numerical savage. Take those things serious. Contract value really matters. Service to sales ratio really matters. Multi-years really matter. Effort stats, DMs per day, really, really matters. You should be fired up and believe in this opportunity. I truly believe that we are the number one spot, the number one opportunity for anyone coming into door-to-door right now, any rookie rep. And I'm positive that we're the number one opportunity for every single sophomore, every single vet. This is the spot. It just is. And then be the little engine. Think you can and do. If you have either of those parts without the other, it doesn't go as well. If you think you can, but you don't have good effort, not going to go great. If you don't think you can, but you have good effort, not going to go great. Think you can and do. Guys, I love this team. I'm grateful for every single one of you. I believe in what we're doing. I'm excited to work harder than I've ever worked. Let's get after it.